What's up, King? What's up, King? You been on your D lately, King?
Yes, sir, my brother.
All right, listen to this scripture out of this Quran. I got something for you.
Quran?
Yeah, I got something for you out this Quran right here.
Quran. Alhamdulillah. That's the Quran?
Yeah.
And this submission to Allah, Islam, was enjoined by Ibrahim upon his sons and by Yaqub, Jacob, saying.
So this was.
That's in the Quran?
This is in the Quran.
Yeah, this is the Quran.
Jacob?
Jacob. The Quran. Do you read the Quran?
Yeah, you said Jacob.
The
Yeah.
Quran.
Allah has chosen for you the true religion.
So the true religion was given to Jacob, right?
Jacob.
Who's Jacob?
Jacob?
Who are the children of Jacob today?
Yes, sir.
Children of Jacob are the Israelites.
The children of Israel, right?
Yes.
So who would they be today? Huh?
Question.
Good question?
Yes.
That is a good question, right?
Yeah, teach me something.
All praises to the Most High.
to the Most High.
All right.
When the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him.
So you only know that a prophet is truly a prophet if he said something was going to happen and then it came to pass, and then you know that is a prophet.
That's a
But
prophet.
even pursuant to the Quran, the prophethood was only given to the children of Israel.
That's why you only see the Israelites out here prophesying.
Yeah, that's all I see.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
All praises.
All praises.
Muslims don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but...
Yeah, they see this dude is dirty. First in these curses, Deuteronomy and 30. Follow God's law, your house shall my attorney. Regardless the outcome, Esau, you gotta serve me. Yeah. All praises being woke, not unconscious. These weak niggas comfortable being conquered. I'd rather die for this truth and be honored. Ride to the end and we ain't taking a charagma. Yeah, Israelites in Deuteronomy and 28. Going through these curses. You ain't part of 12 tribe of Israel, then you can't relate. Going through these curses. Took the most time.
What up? We can quote prophets, scriptures from the... Can we quote any scriptures from Muhammad? Is there any scripture that you can remember?
I'm going to quote one right now.
In Hadith.
Quote one right now.
Right?
All praises. All praises to the Most High God. How?
Huh? Oh, shit. You're right.
Yeah, whoa.
Lord willing, we hear a boom!
Right?
Ceci. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High God of Israel. The Most High God of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right? That's the God of us and us only, whose true name is Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Right? We are the Hebrew Israelites. We are the ones that are favored by Allah. Right? Allah has favored only one group of people. The Most High God has favored only one group of people, man. And that's the children of Israel. We're not Muslim, right? We ain't hypocrites. We ain't hypocritical Muslims, and we ain't no hypocritical Christians up here, man. Right? We actually follow the Most High. Right? Let me get Surah 2 and 136. What's up, King? What's up, King? You been on your D lately, King?
Yes, sir, my brother.
All right, listen to this scripture out of this Quran. I got something for you.
Quran?
Yeah, I got something for you out this Quran right here.
Quran. Alhamdulillah. That's the Quran?
Yeah, this is the noble.
Noble Quran.
Noble Quran.
Noble Quran.
2 and 132.
Trans English or Arabic?
Yeah, the Arabic
He
is in
reads
there.
Arabic, so...
Let me show you something. I want to just have a question for that.
Yes.
Right?
Well, he probably know.
We know, but I want to build some understanding with
Surah
you.
2, ayah 132. And this submission to Allah, Islam, was enjoined by Ibrahim upon his sons and by Yaqub, Jacob, saying.
So this was.
That's in the Quran?
This is in the Quran.
Yeah, this is the Quran.
Jacob?
Jacob. The Quran. Do you read the Quran?
Yeah, you said Jacob.
The,
Yeah.
the Quran in totality is.
That's in the Holy Bible too.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah.
So all right, keep going. So this was enjoined by Abraham and Jacob, right?
Saying, O my sons, Allah has chosen for you the true religion.
So the true religion was given to Jacob, right? Who's Jacob? Who are the children of Jacob today?
Children of Jacob are the Israelites.
The children of Israel, right? So who would they be today? Huh? Good question?
Yes.
That is a good question, right?
Yeah, teach me something.
All praises to the Most High.
to the Most High.
All right, so let's keep going. Let's just finish this out. Let me get Jeremiah 17:4. Keep going.
And then die not except in the faith of his land.
Right?
Or were you witnesses when death approached Jacob, Yakub?
Nah, you still on here.
Allah has chosen for you the true religion, then die not except in the faith of his land.
Right. Keep going.
As Muslims, Islamic monotheism.
Right, so the monotheism was given to the children of Israel. You know what monotheism is? Monotheism is the worship of one God. Right? There's only one God, but the Arabs, before practicing monotheism, they were practicing polytheism. Right? And then that's when Muhammad came onto the scene, and Muhammad professed the faith of one God. Right? So before Muhammad, though, there was already a people practicing monotheism, and even in the Quran, we see that the children of Israel have this true religion, right? The true religion, according to the Quran, is given to the children of Israel, right? Now, do you know your 6 articles of faith? Do you know them, or you got to remember them? So, do you remember 2 of them being that you got to believe in the Torah, the prophets, and the Injil, right? That's a part of the 6 articles of faith. Because even the Quran, we none of us is Muslim, but we are the children, right? And I'm gonna prove to you that you are a child. You are the children of Israel. We're gonna prove this emphatically, right? So remember, Islam was derived out of the God of. This was before Islam, because remember, Islam came out in 609 AD. That's when Muhammad came onto the scene, professed the oneness of God within the Arabic community. The Arabic community were not monotheists, so he professed this within his people, but there was already a people that was already keeping it. So let me get surah. I'm gonna go to 2 more surahs for you, just so we can build, because
It's all the same.
it's because the Quran is confirming the Bible, right? So go to surah 45 and 16. And then we're going to go into the scriptures to prove, to let us know how do we identify who the Israelites are today. And when we identify who they are, I want you to be able to tell me, because there's certain people that's going to pop out. We're not going to have to force you into this thing, right? Go ahead.
Surah 45, ayah 16. And indeed, we gave the children of Israel.
Right, the Quran is all about the children of Israel. It's reciting the word of God. The word of God is found in the Bible. Right? Thus saith the Lord is in the scriptures with Moses, with David, with Solomon, with Job. Right? Keep going.
And indeed, we gave the children of Israel the scriptures.
Right? The children of Israel was given the scriptures. Keep going.
And the understanding of the scriptures.
The understanding of the scriptures were given by Allah to the children of Israel. It doesn't say he gave it to everybody. He's letting you know exclusively the children of Israel is going to have these scriptures, and they're going to understand it. Keep going.
And its laws, and the prophethood.
The prophethood was given to the children of Israel. That's why you see all the prophets prior to Muhammad. It was Isis, that was Jesus, right? That he's an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. You got David, you got Solomon, you got Jeremiah, Ezekiel. All these prophets were of the 12 tribes of Israel. All of them, right? Even the Quran confirms that the prophethood was given to these children. So now we got to get an understanding. That should be the question, because whether we're following Islam or if we're following Christianity, the first thing we should be finding out is who these children are. If this is who it's about and this is who it's given to, then the first thing we should want to know is who are these children, right? So let me get Jeremiah 17 and 4. Let me get Deuteronomy 28.
This is Jeremiah 17 and 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
So God's people, which are the children of Israel, are going to discontinue from the heritage that God gave us. So our heritage will be our identity, our land, our natural resources, right? He was going to discontinue from that, just like how you discontinue from going where you was going. right? And you stop here,
I heard.
all praises to the Most High, because we got here for our brothers. I mean, we want to save our children, right? All praises. Keep going.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not.
So we was going to lose our identity and our heritage, and we was going to be forced by God to serve our enemies in a land that we didn't know. Right? In 1492, Christopher Columbus came to the Americas and put Native Indians on a ship, sent them back to Europe, and caused them to be forced laborers over there. Then in 1619, the British went over to the western shores of Africa and brought the so-called Negroes over here to America. So your people, without a doubt, is serving an enemy in the land that they didn't know. According to God, his children has enemies, right? And just think about what they did to us. You know what I mean? We can consider that. We consider ourselves enemies when we come up short on a bundle, right? When we come up short on a pack, we consider. But these people that raped, robbed, murdered, and enslaved us, you know what I mean? We don't look at them as enemies, but we treat each other like we are, right? You had a question?
This line that said the Israelites,
Yeah.
they do the same thing? I don't know that. Do they? Or
They don't. And I can show why. You know what I mean?
That I know. I didn't know the difference.
But what they do believe in is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is the God that they serve. But just like the Arabs aren't Israel, they're not Jacob, they're Ishmael. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's why I was forced within their community. And this is why they were given the things that they were given to worship. And we was given the scriptures and the law.
So they don't,
Right?
They don't believe in our laws.
They don't believe in the laws of God. They go to Sunnah. They gotta go to the Sunnah and where you get your ways of living, and then the ways of living is predicated upon the Rasulullah, right? Right? But it's not when we go to the ways of living with Muhammad, and then we go to the way that the Most High told us to live. There's two different ways of living. But the Ishmaelites can't live the way we live because the law, the scriptures, and everything was given only to us, so they can't follow that way. They follow another way. You know what I mean? So, go, what you got?
Everybody was given a heavenly being.
Go ahead, let me get that.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and 8. The Most High assigned nations their lands. He determines where people should live. He assigned each nation a heavenly being.
So every nation, the Chinese, they got Buddha. The East Indians, they got the six-armed woman. I mean, the Arabs, they got Muhammad, and then the Israelites were given
You got knowledge right here.
the Israelites were given the laws, right? Keep going.
But Jacob's descendant, he chose for himself.
But the Most High, He chose us. Even in the Quran, we can show you over and over that the Most High has a favorite people who are the children of Israel. You can find that in Surah 2 and 40. We just read it in Surah 45. Al-Baraka is all about the
Surah 2
children,
122.
children of Israel. So go to, let me get Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy 28 from the top.
Go ahead, it's from the top.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So when we read Surah 2 and 40, let me get Surah 2 and 40 real quick because I want you to understand something.
This is Surah 2 and 40. O children of Israel, remember my favor which I bestowed upon you,
So Allah is telling the children of Israel to remember that you are my favorite people. Keep going.
and fulfill your obligations to my covenant with you, so that I fulfill my obligation to your covenant with me.
So Allah made a covenant with the children of Israel. He didn't make a covenant with everybody. He didn't make a covenant with Muhammad. He didn't make a covenant with Islam. He made a covenant verbatim out of the Quran with the children of Israel. And we see that being confirmed in the Bible, right? So let's see what the covenant consists of. You know what I mean? So bring that up. Verse 1.
Deuteronomy 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Right?
to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day.
Right? The laws is the commandments. They were given to the children of Israel. If we listen to do them,
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
right? In the Quran, it'll tell you as well that He exalted the Israelites above all alameen, right? Alameen it says, and that's all mankind.
All Alameen, mankind.
And that's being
all that
mankind.
exists.
So if we keep the commandments, the Most High will put us above all nations on this earth. Because he favored us. He already said that in the Quran. You're my favorite. So if he put us above, it's like your sneakers. Like you got a pair of Timbs to go out with, then you got a pair of Timbs to go work with. The pair of Timbs you go out with, you put that thing, you keep that thing clean. You know what I mean? But the Timbs that you go to work with, you just kick them to the front of the door. Yeah, I mean, you really, they get dirty. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with the Most High because he created everything. He has the right to choose that he likes this creation better than this creation. You know what I mean?
This is confirm that.
Go ahead.
Surah 2 and 122. O children of Israel, remember my favor which I bestowed upon you, and that I preferred you to the Alameen, mankind, and jinns.
Right? So he preferred the children of Israel. So it's important to understand this. Like, I don't know why nobody teaches that. You know what I mean? Because when we ask questions, it's not that they don't want to learn because
Muslims don't want you to know that there's
The
a
Arabs.
separation between you and them.
between the Israelites and the
They want you
Ishmaelites.
worshiping their ways.
So now we
It's on false everywhere.
so what we doing is we show that the children of Israel will lose their identity, right? They will lose their heritage and they will be serving their enemies in the land that they didn't know, right? You know what people that are serving their enemies in the land that they never been to before? Your ancestors. Your ancestors never knew America. And your ancestors was forced over here to serve another nation, forced labor, right? Hardcore labor. They hung us, they not just the Negro, but they hung the Native Indian as well. You know what I mean? They sold us on auction blocks, they separated our children. You know, they taught us this in school, which they're now taking away from the schools. They're not teaching these kids this no more. But we still got these scriptures. I mean, the Most High promised that, you know, this was on grandma's nightstand since we was kids, you know, with collecting dust. Nobody ever read into it. But so let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and now go to 45. Let me show you, okay?
28, 45.
All right, I'm gonna do this as fast as I can, I promise you.
Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
So if we listen to the Most High, we was gonna be blessed and he was gonna put us above all nations. Now he's saying that we're gonna be cursed. Why?
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Right?
to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
Right? And that's not selling drugs, that's not killing each other, that's honoring your mother and father, don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, have our women dressing in modesty. All these laws was given to the children of Israel before the Arabs started following these ways. You mean the Arabs started picking up ways, which is why, you know, we see our women dressing up in modesty and Islam and things like that. But God gave us a specific instruction. Even though we're dressing in modesty, doesn't mean that we're following his instructions. He gave us a specific way to follow him. And if we want to serve God in truth and sincerity, if we're going to religion to find God and to serve him, we have to find out how to serve him correctly. You know, we got to know the God that we serve and what he's requiring.
You believe in Islam?
So Islam, so
You think it's a nation, or you just think it's a religion?
so Islam was made for the Arab nation. That was made for the Arabs. It wasn't made for our people. But if you understand the history of Islam, when we go into it, I don't know if you ever heard of the Muslim conquest. The Muslim conquest is they forced Islam all the way up to North Egypt, all the way into Russia with the sword. They was killing people and forcing it on them. When you listen to the sub-Saharan slave trade, if you look up the sub-Saharan slave trade, they had Negroes in slavery. They was calling black women epidemics, and they was calling Negro men raisin heads, which is in the Quran. I mean, it's in the Hadith. The Hadith actually shows these events. You know what I mean? So the Israelites will be cursed for not keeping the commandments. Keep going. We're going to go into some of these curses.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
Like these curses are going to be upon us for a sign because we was going to lose our heritage. We was going to lose our identity. So like how we know we on Market Street because it's a sign that's right there. If there wasn't a sign there, we wouldn't know that this is Market Street. But these curses will be upon us as a sign to let us know and identify who the children of Israel are. Right? Keep going.
And for a wonder.
Wonder why we burying our kids, why we filling up the prison houses. Right? You been in prison? Yeah, I've been to prison many times. Have you ever seen an Arab?
No.
I have never seen an
I've
Arab
been
in
in
there.
prison since I was 15 all the way till I was 28.
I don't see Chinese in there. I probably seen a couple Chinese in there, but rarely. East Indian with the red dot on the head? No, it's us, black and Latinos. Black and Latinos in there, right? So this is a wonder why we the ones going through these things. Why our children getting hit with straight bullets in the communities that we live in, right? Keep going.
And upon thy seed forever.
Right?
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
Right.
Therefore, thou shalt serve thine enemies.
Since we don't go to God for everything and we want to act like these other nations, now we have to serve these other nations. And what?
Which the Lord shall send against thee
Right.
in hunger
That means the same people that raped, robbed, murdered, and enslaved us, we got to go to them for food. Keep going.
and in thirst
For water,
and in nakedness
for clothing,
and in want of all things.
housing, education, permission to drive, permission to hunt, permission to fish. We can open up a business and sell food, but we need to get permission from the same people that raped, robbed, murdered, and enslaved us. And we have to pay taxes to every dollar that we make to these people. I mean, God promised that this will happen to his children because of our disobedience. Right? Keep going.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Iron chain, right? These people that we go to for the one of all things, they was going to put a yoke of iron from slave to slave. Keep going.
Until we have destroyed thee.
This is written by Moses, King. This is written thousands of years ago. A promise that will happen to us over and over again every time we would stop obeying the Most High. Right? Keep going.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Right? The French, the British, and the Spaniards, the Portuguese came from far. That's why the Negro speaks English, the Latino speaks Spanish, and the Brazilian and the Haitian and the Jamaican, they speak French and Portuguese. Right? God promised that he was going to send a nation against us from far. Keep going.
From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
And America idolizes this predatory bird, which is that eagle. Because the eagle flies high, looks for who he's going to devour, swoops down and picks up his lunch. And that's what the white man has done to us. Right? Keep going.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
We didn't understand Spanish. We didn't understand English. We didn't understand French and Portuguese. This is God's promises. You know what I mean? And God's promises never came to fail. You know what I mean? They are going to happen. Now drop down to 54.
So that the man that is tender and delicate among you,
Right, this is still the
man
curses.
that is tender among you and very delicate.
So we should be tender and delicate. We should love each other. If we see one of our brothers falling, we shouldn't pull out a phone and get some likes and views on our Instagram and Facebook. We should actually go and help that brother out. You know what I mean? But our people aren't doing that no more, right? What's happening then?
His eye shall be evil towards his brother.
What nation of people is killing each other for looking at each other wrong? Right? That's a promise, man. We don't know why we're doing it. We don't know why this is happening in our community. But God has a black cloud over our head because of our disobedience. He promised, this is what I'm going to do to you if you disobey me. Keep going.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
Right? And we don't treat our women correctly.
And towards the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
So we're going to have fatherless households. I mean, I grew up with a fatherless household. My father was in prison for a homicide. This brother's father went to go fight for America and never came to check up on him. This brother doesn't even know his father. I mean, and God promised that this is the things that will happen to us. I mean, and we look at our community, we killing each other over an evil eye. We treating our women less than, right? We let our women walk around with these little clothes on, and that's a prostitute back in the day, right? We would pull over and be like, how much back in the day? But now it's a fashion. Right?
OnlyFans is prostitution in the men's back in it most of the time. Like, shorty, we need that money. Get online and show your body.
Yeah, but the thing is, but for real, the women in Islam.
He showed you
the boy in Islam though, they would cover up, but they get right out of that thing too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they be at the club and all that. Yeah.
But why do they do that, Ken?
Yeah.
But why do they do that? Because he showed you at first why they do that. Because Muhammad took from this Bible and gave our ways to the Muslims.
He had a revelation about the God of Israel.
So our women was already doing that because they was already under monotheism and they already had them laws to cover up.
They converted over, that's why they stopped.
Yes.
Right. They had no better than that, right? They had no wisdom, no knowledge.
So Muhammad didn't teach him how to do that. The Most High God did when he gave Jacob these laws and these commandments.
It ain't no. Man told him.
No, the Most High told them when he sent the
They
laws
think
down.
a
to
man
Moses.
showed- they think a man showed them how to do that. That's like that.
Right, but the Most High gave this to Moses. You know, the Moses got the revelation when he was in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights. The Most High spoke to him and gave him these instructions for the children of Israel to follow after. Right? So now, and even if we see like the Arab woman doing it, this law is given to us though. It's given to the children of Israel. These are the children of Israel. Those who got fatherless households. Those who killing each other. Right? Those who filling up the prison houses. And he won't pull that out. But we'll read 64 real quick.
Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
This is the transatlantic slave trade, right? We got scattered and sold during the transatlantic slave trade. Keep going.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods.
So there we're going to serve other gods. God knew that we wasn't going to serve him. We're not serving him. We're serving other gods. Keep going.
Watch this. Other guys.
Yes.
Heard that before.
They treat Jesus like a god, right? Jesus isn't a god though. And that white man isn't his true depiction. He's black according to the Bible. He got feet of bronze that burned in a furnace with woolly hair that look more like you than that white man that they portray him to be. Right?
Nigga is in the Bible.
The prophets and teachers was called niggas in the Bible.
That Kaaba stone, aren't the Muslims out there bowing down to it? They are giving the Kaaba stone worship. They're bowing down to it.
So read this.
Watch this.
There thou shalt
Which neither thou nor thy
Start
fathers.
from there thou shalt.
There thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
And the two major religions on this earth is Christianity and Islam. In Christianity, you bow down to a wooden cross with the white European Caucasian man on it. And in Islam, even when you go to Jumar, there's a Kaaba stone that's in front of the
And you
imam.
face the Kaaba at Mecca. That's where you're facing when you're praying there.
That was a
You're
curse.
facing the Kaaba at
We was
Mecca.
going to be worshiping wood and stone.
And not
It
the
said
real
that.
God. You know what I mean? So,
It has no power.
so what we coming out here to do? All praises to the Most High.
Understand that.
All praise to the Most High that we got a beautiful spirit like yours, I mean, that came over here willing to listen. I mean, just to allow us to show you. We're here to plant a seed. I mean, just to give you some wisdom and understanding. Why we come out here, why we teach what we teach. Why we can prove that we are the children of Israel. And honestly, Islam is not our religion. We don't have a religion. We have power. We are chosen by God to follow his ways. God chose us to do that. So what we need to do is turn back to him. Let me get Deuteronomy 30. I'm gonna give you this last precept, okay?
It's Deuteronomy 30 from the top. And it shall come to pass. And it shall come to pass when all these things. Salaki. This is Deuteronomy 30 from the top. And
This is the Torah. Everything we brought out so far is the Torah, right? And this is the commandments of God. Keep going.
And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse.
So we're going to go through these curses. It's going to come to pass in a future event. You hear this thing? In the future, this is going to happen, right? Keep going.
Which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to
We're
mind.
going to remember. We're going to remember who we are, and we're going to remember how we need to move according to the instruction of God. Keep going.
We shall call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee.
And us talking to you came almost every nation of people don't walk past us. We seen the white man, we seen the Chinese, we seen the East Indian. So it said in the place where say it again.
It says, and it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee.
And us here, this came to mind. It came back to our mind how to serve the Most High.
For all the other nations.
Among all the nations, right? And we see we're among all these nations.
all the
How many
nations.
nations is it?
18.
18
Yep. According to the Bible, we go because all nations of people come from Noah, from Shem, Ham, and Japheth. We could say Adam, but the world was flooded. in the times of Adam. And God only saved Noah and his 3 sons, his wife and their 3 wives. So everybody comes from Shem, Ham, and Japheth, all nations of people. Right? We are Shemitic. Right? The Arabs are Shemitic, the European Caucasians are Shemitic. But the Africans, like those in like South Africa, Ethiopia, Egypt, Libya, they're Hamites. They will be descendants of Ham. Right? And then the Hawaiians and like the Aboriginals, they're like Japheth. Right? So keep going.
It says, and shall return unto the Lord thy God.
So we're going to remember this and we're going to return to God. Keep going.
And shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day.
This is how we return back to God, is by obeying his commandments. And it's not hard. I mean, it's not hard to keep the commandments. Our children do it. Right? Keep going.
Thou and thy children with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Right.
That then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity.
Only when we turn back to the Most High is when he's going to turn our captivity and bring this paradise or this kingdom. Right? This kingdom or this paradise is not coming until the chosen number, because it's not going to be everybody. Right? The Injil will show us that it's only going to be 144,000. 144,000 Israelites is all who God is waiting for. And then after that, it's going to be destruction. It's going to be a lake of fire. It's going to be thermonuclear destruction on this earth. And we see that already happening. We got Iran, China, Russia. We got Palestine, Israel. We got Ukraine. All these nations is fighting against each other, and everybody's picking their side. You got people choosing Russia, and you got people choosing America. There's about to be a World War III because all nations of this world is coming together for this war. This is what makes it a world war. And when this happens, every nation got somewhere to go. When all these nations attack America, because America never got blown up, America never got touched. This is the virgin daughter of Babylon, right? So when this place gets touched, when all these nations send their rockets this way, every nation got somewhere to go. The Chinese, the Japanese, the Arab, the East Indian, everybody but us. We're stuck here, Ken. We're gonna hope that we got a Messiah, man. We're gonna pray that somebody's really coming to save us. And it's gonna be a man that's looking like you, Ken. It's going to be a man that's going to come and save our people. But first, we have to teach our children. We have to turn back to the Most High, and we have to teach our children. And we come out here every weekend hoping that we could wake up the elect, King. And Lord willing, I mean, the Most High not looking for soft people, man. The reason why we went through the things in our life, because the Most High looking for strong brothers.
Right.
He's raising up an army. And this army is getting raised up. None of us can stop it. So Lord willing, King, I mean, we love you, man, and we see you a sincere spirit, humble spirit within you, and our information is on there. If you ever got any questions, we're willing to answer all questions. We're out here to answer any question you got.
I didn't know y'all do it like that.
Yeah. Man.
I walk present online, when I y'all, other
Yeah.
I walk.
Yeah.
He had the Quran.
Yeah.
I stopped.
All praises to the Most
I
High.
had to stop.
All praises.
He had the Quran.
But this is.
That is smart.
That,
That ain't for you though. Can't
but he's saying it was smart because it got him to stop.
It got him to stop. It got him to stop.
I don't do this like y'all don't. They don't do that.
But if we believe in something, we should be out here teaching what we believe in so that our people can follow correctly.
It's the same. It's the same thing.
Well, the thing is,
Right.
God said don't bow down to wood and stone. If we're doing that, then it's not the same. It's not the same.
Not the
See,
same.
we doing what
It's not the same.
But this is confirming this.
Yes.
Yes.
This is confirming it.
Yes. It's not the same.
The Ishmaelites are trying to take what was given to the Israelites
It's not the same.
and
It's
incorporate
not the
their
same.
ways into the covenant.
They
Because
try
look-
to say it's the same,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Well,
This
they
is-
can prove it.
They say, huh?
This is what the prophets did. This is Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, both prophesied against many countries, against great kingdoms
We out here to prophesy World War III, right? Keep going.
of war
Uh-huh.
and of evil and of
Of
pestilence.
disease, right? Keep going.
The prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him.
So you only know that a prophet is truly a prophet if he said something was going to happen and then it came to pass, and then you know that that is a prophet.
That's a
But
prophet.
even pursuant to the Quran, the prophethood was only given to the children of Israel.
That's why you only see the Israelites out here prophesying.
Yeah, that's all I see.
You see what I'm
All
saying?
praises.
All praises.
Muslims don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
It's because
And in
They don't
Surah,
do it.
and in Surah 19,
because they're not prophets.
in Surah 19,
Children of
verse
Israel
30,
are the prophets.
Jesus said that I was given the scriptures and to be called a prophet. That means so Jesus is confirming that, saying that I was given the prophethood and the scriptures in Surah Maryam 19 and verse 30. And then Muhammad's not saying that. It's not, he was given the scriptures and the prophethood. I mean, why would he be given the scriptures when he can't read? We know he was illiterate. He couldn't read or write.
And the Most High God, the creator of all things, is only the God of us. It's Joel 2:27. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, your Salakia. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel.
The children of Israel, not the land, right?
Is that-
because the children of Israel will be scattered amongst all nations, and we will remember and call them to mind. So the Most High isn't in the land; He's in the children, you. I mean, the only way that we can save our children is by teaching them the ways of God. That's the only way that we can put a hedge of protection around our kids. You know about the story of Pharaoh and how Moses brought the children of Israel out. The Most High sent plagues on Pharaoh. And all the plagues hit the Egyptians, but none of those plagues touched the children of Israel. I mean, so he promises that he'll keep us protected if we keep his commandments. And our children aren't protected, man. I drive down Broad Street from Allegheny to South Philly, and it's crazy out there, Ken. It's these young kids out there that's rolling on each other, stomping each other out. They're shooting on Broad Street. It's 500 of them, man. Nobody's teaching them. You know what I mean? I got you. Bring it up.
And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else.
Right?
And my people shall never be ashamed.
He's the God of the children of Israel and nobody else. And his people won't be ashamed. We won't be ashamed to come out here and profess his name. We won't be ashamed to come out here and teach his ways. Huh? Don't be ashamed. You know
Don't
what I
be
mean?
ashamed.
All praise to the Most High.
People are though.
Yes, they are.
It's Amos 3:1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
And that's why our children are getting shot. That's why our children filling up in prison houses. That's why we the greatest people on this earth and in the worst conditions everywhere you find us. We run faster, we jump higher, we fight better, we dominate in boxing, football, baseball, soccer. Everything we do, we are the greatest at. But everywhere you find us, whether it's in Chicago, in Detroit, Philly, Camden, Orlando, everywhere we at, we are in the hood and we're killing each other, selling drugs and disrespecting our women and leaving our children. Man. But it's because there's a curse on us, man. And in order to lift these curses, in order for us to break these generational curses, we have to turn back to the Most High. I mean, somebody got to do it, right?
The second Ezra 6:54.
That's fine. Bring that up. I don't want to give you too much, Ken. You know what I mean? I want you to be able to process it. You know what I mean? And then when you got questions, you can call us and we gonna answer every question that you got, Ken.
Right.
We out here to serve you. We don't got no collection plate. We don't want anything from you. We want you to turn to the Most High so that we together can be delivered out of the hand of our enemy, Ken. Right? Go ahead.
Surah 10, ayah 90. And we took the children of Israel across the sea, and Pharaoh with his host followed them in oppressing and enmity, till drowning overtook him. He said, I believe that none has the right to be worshipped but he, Allah, in whom the children of Israel believe.
Right? The children of Israel believed in the God of Abraham, right? This is the God of the children of Israel. Even Pharaoh knew this.
Yep.
Pharaoh knew that this was the only God to be worshipped, but that didn't make Pharaoh a child of God. That didn't give salvation to Pharaoh because God still destroyed him.
Yep.
God flooded Pharaoh. Right? So it's our duty, King. It's our duty to study, to show ourselves to prove to God.
Right. Question. A lot of Muslims do this.
No.
Nah, they get more emotional. Like it's kind of hard. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, bro.
The one guy last week ran up on us. You know what I mean? And we just speaking the truth. Yeah, they don't. And then when we try to show them it in there, they don't want to hear it. They just yell. And not everybody. I want to say everybody, but it's a lot of the younger ones that's more emotionally attached than intellectually attached.
When they come over and listen.
They don't understand it because we bring out knowledge in their Quran that
Come over and listen.
confounds their
That's what I
heart.
really want, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Say it again.
This is a real brotherhood, King. Like we really
I
look
see
out for
y'all,
our
I see
people.
y'all,
in
I
here,
see
man.
y'all a lot of places. I don't know, I'm not gonna come over, but something just told me.
Yeah,
I see
man.
the Quran in his hand.
All right,
I
man.
thought it was Muslim. That's why I came over.
But you always
I still
welcome over
stayed
here,
to
King.
listen to you. Listen to you. You know?
We used to be in the Islam. I grew up in that. But it give me, like, if I ask you now, what's your nationality? What's your race? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See?
I don't know about Islam. I
No,
don't know about Islam.
what I'm saying is, if we're serving a higher power,
Yes.
right? We should be getting answers to who we are, right? We should be getting
What's up,
answers.
King?
Who are you?
We are the children of Israel, but let me finish with this brother, and I'm gonna get to you, King.
We should be getting answers to who we are, because any race of people can take the Shahada and become a Muslim, and they know where they come from. We still ain't got no answers. Why are we serving a God that's not gonna give us answers on who we are and where we come from? You see what I'm saying?
Well, because this is the traits.
We look like Israelites.
Yeah, this is
Muslims are Arabs. We look like Israelites.
Remember, they follow the ways of the God of Israel, so really they look like us.
right.
That's the bull that be moving by a cursing when you want to go out.
Yeah, he shot up.
Yo, I love you, King. Yo, man, you got any questions, man? We love you, man.
Muslim says, you're Muslim said.
Yeah, man.
I can tell, but you have not. You have Quran since I know he had to do something.
All praises to the Most High, man.
I'm sorry.
Just know that you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
I'm going to Abu, brother.
All right, my name's Sharad.
I war.
Yashayar.
I appreciate it.
All right,
I should have like.
yeah, all praises.
What did she say? You know, who cares?
All we can do is try, King. All we can do is try, King.
Good to, you know.
I love you, man. Shalom. Shalom means peace and blessings.
Yes.
All praises. Shalom.
Yes, sir.